Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. It is Mrs. Cook and
Mr. Cook.
And you are kicking it with the cooks. So first off, I want to start off this video with saying we have officially hit 1K subscribers. We're over 1K now, and we want to thank you guys for subscribing and tuning into our channel. We want to make sure that you have your notification bells on because we're going to be posting a lot more.
We're going to try because every time we say that, we don't ever post, bro.
Right, but
we don't like, we ain't going to say something and don't do it.
Okay. So we just want to make sure you have your notification bells on so you can be notified whenever we post. And then we have a lot of new subscribers, so we just wanted to come on here and do some more long form videos, just talk to you guys and you guys get to know us. And yeah, I forgot what else I was gonna say.
That's it. That's the intro.
Okay, so in this video, what we're gonna do?
We're gonna talk about we done forgot that fast. Oh, 3 things to have a successful marriage.
3 things to have a successful marriage.
You're gonna pick 3, I'm gonna pick 3.
Okay, from our point of view. Right. Now, when we give advice, we don't say that this is just what you have to do to have a successful marriage.
This will work for us.
What works for us, and if it can help you, it helps you. If it doesn't work for you, hey.
And matter of fact, we don't even advise you to take advice from us because do what works for you. Don't listen to us. We just telling you our testimony or what works for us. We ain't here to give you no therapy, no advice or none of that.
Yeah, we just want you. We just tell our testimony and hopefully it helps somebody else. So that's just what it is. My bad. Did I say it?
No, because I said we ain't done. But go ahead, bro.
Oh, okay. So you gonna go first?
No, you can go first.
Well, I gotta go first.
Ladies first.
No, you go first.
Okay, I would say number 1, keep people out your business.
Okay, I agree with that one.
Keep people out your business. They don't know your moves. They can't tell your business. People be nosy. People don't be supporting for real. They be nosy. Mm-hmm. People be sitting up there. They be in competition. They hate to see you doing better than them. Don't tell people your moves. Whatever you see on our social medias, our platform, just know we a million steps ahead of the game. You might be saying this might be a year ago. You might not see it till whenever. So don't ever think whatever you seeing is what's going on. We 10 steps ahead of you and everybody else that's watching. Just remember that. So don't think that y'all know something. So when y'all see my wife posting her content and stuff, don't think you know something. Trust me.
Yeah, I would agree with that one because like
confuse the enemy.
Yes, confuse the enemy, and you just like you can't. I learned not to overshare because when you overshare, sometimes, like you say, people don't really be happy for you. They just want to know something so that they can have something to talk about. And it's like, once again, in marriage, it's a 3-fold cord. It should be you, your spouse, and God. And anything that you feel like you can't talk to your spouse about, if y'all not seeing eye to eye or whatever, or not understanding, you should go to God. And when you go to God, He will tell you or teach you how to communicate with that person, how to resolve like y'all misunderstandings, and y'all really just have to work it out together. Like, don't.
The man supposed to lead.
Yes.
I set the rules in this household. I lead by example. I make sure that everything is the way it's supposed to be. Right. That's the first thing.
Yes.
Men, lead your household. Don't let the devil up in there. Don't play with people. Don't do that. You're responsible for you, your wife, and your children. This your sanctuary. Treat it as such.
I will agree with that.
Yeah.
So, and then as a woman, you have to be willing to submit to the love that God gives through your husband, because like it's true.
Long story short, man, hey, I wear the pants up in here.
Oh my God, we know that, but you just have to be willing to submit, because especially when you're like me, overly independent, can be overly independent sometimes. You have to just learn how to, like, He leads, you submit, and He submits to God, and then when He submits to God, I submit to Him. And
but I gotta be leading the right way for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You gotta be a man of integrity, morals, and principles.
That part.
And everything else will fall in place. I promise you it will.
Yes.
Now, unless your woman just a skank, but hey. So choose wisely, because you can be doing everything you're supposed to do, and that's still, I ain't sitting up here telling everything gonna be peaches and cream for y'all situation. We blessed in ours. Me and my wife have respect for each other, and like I said, I ain't letting the devil up in her. So hey, That's how you keep a successful marriage. That's number one.
Number one, okay.
I think that's your turn now.
It's my turn. Number one, he said keep people out of your business. That was number one.
Yeah.
Number two would be, I would say, to be okay being vulnerable. Yeah. Like, you got to be okay with being vulnerable. Like, sometimes as women, we do go off our emotions a lot. Even if you are going off your emotions, you got to be willing to communicate that with your spouse and not like internalize everything, because when you internalize everything, your mind can get to going all different ways, and that cannot even be the reality of the situation. You got to understand, like, your feelings are valid. Yeah. Sometimes your feelings are not valid, because it's like you can be having feelings and that ain't even what's going on. So so feelings are cool, but we don't be led. You don't want to be led by your feelings, and then also you want to understand that they're not always reality. So if you have a good man with his good head on his shoulder and everything, and like he said, a man of integrity, a man that's going to lead by example, when you are vulnerable with them, they're not going to use that against you, and you got to know that. So be okay. I'm hollering. Be okay being vulnerable. That's one of the things that I would say. I know, like, that's something that God has showed me. Like, okay, a lot of things that going on in your head is not reality. Wow. And when I would actually go and talk to my husband and just like tell him, you know, like what I'm feeling, what I'm going through, like he actually helped me and always pointing me back to God. And then like anywhere where I wasn't strong, he stood in the gap with and for me. So that's a part of the enemy's job, is to try to keep y'all separate. And if he can keep you, yes, but if he can keep you,
I ain't going on my feelings.
I know, but if I'm
saying like that,
that's
because
true.
Men go off their feelings too, so it's a bunch of chaos. You got to get out your feelings.
Yeah,
that's how you have a successful marriage, and that's how the woman do what she's supposed to do. Right. I ain't sitting there doing all that. Yeah. We take accountability and we move on. I ain't trying to cut you off.
No, that's true. Because if you going tit for tat, it's just gonna make things worse. Like, so, like, that's what I would say. Like, when you actually have a man that's going to, that you can be secure in telling your feelings. Stop saying the N word.
I'm sorry.
But when you have a man who's gonna be careful with your emotions and feelings, like, it's been times like my husband can tell me like, okay, if I can be having feelings and they really not reality of what's going on. But even though he's telling me that, he's not doing it in a way to like down me or anything like that. He does it in a way as a man should be, like not being catty or anything like that, but actually just like, okay, well, your feelings, I get how you feel, but this is what's actually going on. And it helps me to see beyond my feelings, because sometimes us as women, we can't see beyond how we feel, and that can be detrimental to your marriage if you allow that to be. So,
I think we got a topic, but we're giving advice. We supposed to be telling 3 things.
That's true. That's my second thing.
All right.
Okay.
No, you can finish, but I was just saying. I thought we started preaching.
No, I mean, just as the spirit, because I think that it's needed, because like in this society especially, women go off their feelings a lot. I know, because I'm a woman and God had to show me that, and I feel like that's a part of like learning and things like that. Like, okay, a lot of situations that women in general they go through or whatever, it can be avoided if you just like step back from your feelings and like look into reality. Yeah. So that's why I said that. And
then I ain't a controlling man or manipulative or none of that. If I tell my wife something, let God handle it. I don't be doing all that. She gonna either listen to him, hey, I ain't sitting up here trying to convince her or anything or none of that. I let him lead, and when you do that, that's the key. That's the secret. Let him do it. Let him deal with them. And everybody else, if you cut that part off, she cut the secret out, y'all.
No, I did not. It was on there, but you know how these videos be when you get to it be too long, then it won't be able to record. What you call it? We won't be able to edit it right. Okay, so that was number 2. Did you say your number 2? No, I said my number 2 is like, okay, so number 2 was be okay with being vulnerable. That was number 2. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is you gotta have integrity. Once again, as a man, I'm speaking for me because I'm the man and I can't speak for my wife. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking for me. You gotta have integrity, man. Because it's like, I got a wife and kids, man. It ain't about me. Like I said, I try not to get in my feelings. And you got to be mature. A lot of people be immature in marriages or in situations, period, especially in marriage. I try not to be all that kiddie stuff. I don't do that. I lead with maturity. So I feel like you got to have integrity. You got to be mature for sure. That's the key, maturity.
Yeah.
And accountability. I'm a person, I'm big on accountability. I ain't sitting up here doing all that. I take accountability, I make my wife take accountability. That's how you have a successful marriage. It ain't all that tit for tat, it ain't all that going back and forth. And we don't do that up in here. Mm-hmm. I make everybody in my household, we take accountability for our actions, and accountability don't stop at I'm sorry. You got to change. And that's how things, become successful.
Yeah.
Like we really blessed by God to have a blessed and peaceful marriage. We ain't up in here cussing, we ain't up in here disrespecting each other, we ain't up here doing all this. We because I ain't going for it. I got to keep, because like she said, my women be getting their feelings, and I shut that down, but we ain't gonna do that. And if I get in my feelings, like I said, I avoid getting in my feelings, because I'm the type of person, I try to solve the problem. I don't care who right or who wrong. I just want the problem solved. It's that simple. Once again, people just got to grow up. That's how you have a successful marriage. Grow up and have respect for each other. I respect myself and she respect herself. And that's another thing. You got to look at self.
Yes.
The Bible says examine your own self. Do you not know your own self? So before I go correct my wife, my kids, anybody, I look at self. That's what I'm doing majority of the time, trying to better me, and everybody else will follow in line. I ain't sitting up here trying to change her. I ain't sitting up here trying to change nobody in my household, none of that. By me doing that, taking accountability, that's how I lead. They'll follow line. Trust me. That's my number 2.
That's good, but no, that's definitely true. And then I would say, okay, so mine is number 3, or
I think you confused, baby. I went number 1, and then you said your number 2 when you didn't even do your number 1. Now, we'll just do it 3 things. We both doing 3 things.
I thought I did. I thought my number 1.
I thought we was doing 3 apiece, but I guess not. We just gonna do. Let's just do it like that.
Okay, so I would say, my number 3 would be.
Looking good.
My number 3 would be remove, like, you can't be selfish. And that is outside of, okay, we know, like, the number 1 thing is keeping God at the center, and like being a 3-front court, you got to have God at the center. To add to that, like, selfish, like not being selfish, like we live in a society where it teaches you to be selfish, and that doesn't work. Like, that, it's a place for that, like self-care and setting boundaries and things like that, and not like allowing people to just do whatever to you. But when it comes to like marriage, like you have to really, you can't be selfish. Like, I get, like, people want to be like, oh well, anything could happen, and that's true. Anything could happen, but I would rather give my all in my marriage and like do, we both work as a team to make sure each other are, like, we're both secure as a family. You will get there quicker than sitting up here like, oh, I gotta make sure I'm good, and then he making sure he good. Okay, we might be good individually, but then when you get to the core or the foundation, then it's like a crack in it, and then it's like you're working to, you good right here and you good right there, but you're not good right here. So then you got your kids like shaky, then you got your marriage shaky, and all of that.
I ain't trying to cut you off, but sometimes you gotta be like, not selfish, but for, like I said, examine your own self in a way. Like, you have to make sure that you're examining yourself. You know what I'm saying? And
I think I'm talking about, like, not that part. I'm talking about, like, okay, like how I be seeing on social media, like, a lot of women be like, oh, whenever they see a woman, saying,
no,
like,
I know what you're talking about, but how
house.
Sometimes people just, I don't want it to sound like we're contradicting each other.
Oh, okay. But I was saying, like, as far as like putting your all into like your marriage, and putting your all into your household, instead of like, and not thinking about yourself. Think all the time. Like, yes, it's self-care is good. You have to like make sure that you're good, like you said, examining self and things like that. But when it comes to like keeping secrets, or like just like doing things that will like take away from your marriage, like that will break with the trust that you guys have built, or that will teach your children like this is how a marriage is supposed to be. Like, okay, if my daughter see me, being one way with her dad, and then when her dad not around, I'm doing different things, being sneaky and things like that. Yeah. Then that's what I'm teaching her, how to be a woman, and that's not like biblically and just in general, that's opposite of what it means to for a wise woman to build up her home. It said, the Bible tells us, like, a wise woman builds her home, and a foolish one tears it down with her own hands. So you can tear your house down so many different ways, and like, you sitting up here trying to put yourself first when you got into a marriage. It wasn't no more of like, oh, it's all about me, and then
because a lot of women talk that way.
Yeah, that's true. That
people always teaching women how to a queen's supposed to be treated. They forget how she's supposed to treat a king. Mm-hmm. And people don't. That's why a lot of women lack, because they raised like their society, their families. Girl, if he don't treat you this way, if he don't treat you this way, if he don't treat you this way, what about him? That's how you have a successful marriage. My wife, she do her part and I do mine, just like it's supposed to be. It ain't no all about you, all about, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like what you're saying.
It's about us.
Yeah, it's about us, this foundation.
Yes, everything that we do.
And it ain't even just about us. It's about God, our kids, our legacy, our name. A good name better than silver and gold. So, once again, we represent each other. We represent this. And we're going to do it the correct way. We ain't with all that. We ain't with all the fakeness. We ain't with all the social media. We ain't with what our families taught us. We ain't with what the church talking about. None of that. Yeah. We what God talking about.
Exactly.
Him and Him alone. That's the situation.
Yeah. So that's my number. My number 3 was like not. No, you cool because you was adding to mine.
I couldn't, lose my train of thought because you was talking good, but for sure.
So that's my number 3. Like, you gotta take selfishness. Taking selfishness out of the question. Yeah. That doesn't mean that you don't pour into yourself. Yeah. But it's a balance. Like, you gotta have a balance. You can't be all about you. If I'm all about what my husband can give me, and then I never like think about how I can serve him or be there for him. That's a user, and then he's left empty. Because if he's always giving, it's for if we constantly pouring into each other, and then if we constantly let God pour into us, and then we pour into each other, like, we have our cup is overflowing, then it overflows to our children. Our children can see, this is what marriage look like. This is what love look like. My son can see, okay, my dad treats even though we still gonna tell him, like, okay, go off of God and not even off us, because we gonna fail. But at the end of the day, without God, we might fall short sometimes. But we still, what we do in our house, like he said, he's big on accountability, which he have taught me how to be big on accountability. And so if we do fall short, we tell our kids, like, no, this is not, it's consequences for your actions, like,
because it ain't that deep.
Yeah, and we have to make sure that we're not being hypocrites, because they're gonna go off of like what they see. Not our words. Yeah,
we ain't sitting there trying to be preachers and preach to the choir and do all that.
And not live example.
Yeah. Because a lot of people doing that. Yeah. They just talking, they manipulative, they telling you what to do, but they don't even do it.
Right.
So before anything, they need to see mama and daddy doing it.
Yes.
And this is our ministry. This is our sanctuary. And everything else outside of this, I mean, hey, deal what it is.
I'm hollering. So that was my 3rd thing. Did you say your 3rd thing?
I think we got it mixed up. So, but my 3rd thing is her 3rd thing, because we're on the same page, bro.
I'm hollering.
We're just giving y'all some news you can use. But once again, this is our situation. You got to find out what works for you. Yeah. God ain't gonna tell y'all to do the same thing we doing.
Right.
You ain't gotta mimic nobody. You ain't gotta covet what your neighbor got going on, your neighbor marriage. Do what God telling you and that person to do. Mm-hmm. And whatever works for y'all, that's what it is. Everybody we don't wear the same shoe size.
Right.
And even if we do, your feet might be wider than mine. I know you can't feel these shoes, and you can't feel hers. So once again, we ain't out here trying to give y'all no therapy. We ain't out here trying to give y'all nothing. We just trying to tell y'all what works for us.
Yes.
Yeah. So you got to find a way to be successful in your marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what works for you?
What works for you?
And don't let people like dictate how you.
Don't let people in. Don't let people get an
Yeah.
opinion. None of that. We ain't going. Can't nobody talk to me about my wife. I don't get no advice from nobody. None of that. I leave everybody. Can't nobody be up in this.
Yes, and if they do try to, you gotta shut them down. Like you have to set your boundaries with people. Most of the time, like problems in a marriage do not come from y'all. It come from like when you let people in, or you trying to you let people in your mind, or whatever the case may be. Like you have to learn how to shut it down. Like if they come asking you anything, and it could be the smallest thing. My marriage ain't up for discussion. My husband ain't up for discussion. My wife ain't up for discussion. My children ain't up for discussion. Like they don't have nothing to do with you, and respectfully. And if they can't respect that, that tells you all you need to know right there. Like that's that. So yes, is that what you what you got to say?
Nothing. We said it all, but we said enough. I feel like we was talking too much.
I'm hollering, because we was trying to make a little 5-minute video.
It was supposed to be a short. It turned into a long form video.
But I do believe that it will help somebody, because like people sometimes, a lot of people deal with it like, okay, they might see relationships growing up or anything, and you might have a feeling like, I know marriage ain't supposed to be like that, or things like that. And it's like we said, seek God.
Remember,
and then
the Bible is the blueprint.
Yes.
Don't go off what your family telling
Anybody.
you. They marriage. Don't none of that.
Yeah.
Yes, it's nothing wrong with advice, and because the Bible said, a wise man heard instructions and increased learning. There's nothing wrong with it. But at the end of the day, God get the final say so. He gonna tell you how to move.
Exactly.
Just go to him. Stop listening to people. Yeah. Everybody's situation different. People be on the outside looking in. People be biased. People be having all type hidden agendas and motives. So leave them out of it. That's how you do that. Leave them out of it completely, and that's gonna solve 98% of the problem. The other 2%, once again, is you and your spouse examining yourself and making sure that I'm on point and she on point,
and working it out.
Yeah,
working it out. That's what you gotta do. You gotta work it out.
Because if you want a peaceful life, the Bible says, seek peace and pursue it. We live a peaceful life. We ain't with all that extra stuff, all that goofy stuff, and we ain't. We like peace over here. And if you want a peaceful marriage, that's how you do
it.
Yeah.
We like to point people back to God, because He the one that know everything and see everything, and I really can't tell you what to do. You gotta seek Him, just like we gotta seek Him, and He will tell you what to do. So, and I think a lot of people don't want to hear that sometimes. Sometimes people just want you to tell them what to do, and it's like, no, baby, we gotta see God. Yeah. So we are going on 6 years of marriage, and we are super, super excited about that. So that's a blessing in itself. And
going on 60.
I'm hollering, yes.
60 plus, we getting there.
Yes, and it's a blessing. But we love y'all, and we thank y'all for tuning in. Anything that y'all would like for us to talk about, or just like
speak on
content, on whatever, drop it down below, because we would love to know what you guys want to see. And we
as long as y'all ain't being nosy in our business.
Because we will give y'all content, but we ain't gonna give y'all too much.
We ain't gonna overshare.
We
never
try
know
to
what we got going on.
So
let's end this. Bye.
Oh my goodness, how you gonna end it like that?
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead, do your professional.
Okay, so make sure that if you're new here, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. If you already are subscribed, make sure your notification bell is on. And thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. And don't forget to watch more and come kick it with the cooks.
Run that watch time up.